marking 75 years since WROC, formerly known as WHAM, became Rochester's very first television station. So much history to go over. So to mark the occasion, we are taking a special look back and celebrating some milestones as well. Theresa Marsenburg has been digging into the station's rich history and personalities and now shares with us the story of the First Lady of Rochester News, Anne Keefe. Theresa.
Natalie, you know what it's like growing up in the household with a TV personality and having parents who are in the news business. Well, I recently spoke to two of Anne Keefe's 6 children. They share some special moments about their mom. But first, my predecessor, Maureen McGuire, sat down with Keefe in 2012, 3 years before her death.
Anne Keefe may not think of herself as the First Lady of Rochester Television News, but for an entire generation of viewers, she's a legend.
Can you do news, Keefe? Absolutely, I can do news. So I went into news.
A panel of interested women are going to discuss the need for daycare centers for working mothers.
In the earliest days of local TV news, Anne Keefe was the only woman on the beat, but she never set out that way.
It was grand.
After graduating from the University of Rochester in 1945, Anne went straight to work in radio, playing bit parts in soap operas. Soon after, the station's owners moved to the new building on Humboldt Street, and they ventured into TV.
It was like summer stock theater, you know, and I know where there's a barn, we could go put on a show, and we all were learning together. And it was great fun.
3 years after that 2012 interview with Maureen McGuire, Anne Keefe passed away at the age of 90. As the first news lady of Rochester, her legacy is, well, synonymous with the city's first TV station.
And we were always told by my mother, don't embarrass me in this town. I have a reputation here.
For most of their lives, Keefe's 6 children shared their mom with the TV and radio biz, her fans and colleagues.
Yeah, she was very much recognized by her voice.
Ah, it's her voice.
It's her voice.
So if they heard her speaking, they immediately...
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very distinct and it was deep and very articulate.
As WROC marks 75 years, 2 of her daughters, Molly Jones and Lisa Updahl, once again agreed to share their mom and her treasured memories, many contained in this huge scrapbook.
With me and Mom, it was the dialing for dollars, time and space. I would walk over to WROC every once in a while, and she'd make me come in and sit with her and pull the ball from the bucket.
Following a strike at WROC in 1975, Keefe left Rochester for St. Louis, where she once again made a name for herself as a broadcaster.
She was an entrepreneur in her time.
When she retired and moved back to Rochester in 2011, the journalist lived with Molly, the self-described black sheep of the family.
She and I could speak about anything. I apologized for being a pain in the ass as a teen. She apologized for not knowing what to do because she worked all day. So we would be together, the 6 of us.
They describe a mom and grandmother with a lifelong thirst for knowledge, a career woman who was gracious with her time and expertise.
She did everything and anything, and so she always said she was in the right place at the right time.
And she was the same on camera as she was at home, tenacious, smart, and loving. Reflecting today on WROC's anniversary, they agree time is a peculiar thing. Does it feel like 75 years?
No. I honestly think to myself and say to people that I know that I think I'm still 14 and running the halls of Humboldt.
But it's easy to see the love they have for the mom they shared with audiences for decades. A woman whose scrapbook of life is also a treasured part of WROC history. A true powerhouse. Natalie, we have more gems from our archives to share with viewers throughout our celebration today. At 5, we hear from Wanda Miller, the first African-American news anchor at 8. And at 6, Adam Chodak has a comprehensive look back at Rochester's first TV station.
Theresa, thanks so much. I just love that. I can certainly relate myself to some of the things that they were saying in that interview. Just so cool to see them so candid and natural to talk about that history, and also the scrapbook. I mean, quite a lot to hang on to over the years. So Theresa, thank you for sharing their insights.